If your equipment isn't properly set up, you might be missing some of the benefits that stereo can provide.
Missile down, radar down, what's happening?
It's a dream.
Radio television broadcast in order to give you the very latest information on an amazing phenomenon.
Auditor is the future.
I'm a real. I'm a real.
We've had loss of signal now.
Hello and welcome to tonight's matchup versus the Woburn Tanners and the Watertown Red Raiders. I'm Zeke Altman. This is my broadcast partner, Joey Matroni, and we got a good matchup for us tonight, Joey.
Yeah, Zeke, the Tanners coming into this game come in with a record of 2-6, and the major point that I want to bring up about the Tanners is their last matchup against Lexington on the 6th of January. They went into the half with a 17-point lead, and at one point were leading by as much as 21, and came out losing by a final score of 66-52.
Wow, Joey, that was a really hard loss for the Tanners, and I want to bring up something positive, though, about that game. The first half showed what the Tanners can be when they're at their best. Good three-point shooting, moving the ball well, playing good defense. It showed what they can be. Now they just need to sustain it over a full game. And I want to talk about today's big matchup. Brett Tuzolo, obviously, for the Tanners. Their top scorer, their best player, in my opinion. But it's going to be a tough matchup against Watertown's Benny Coleman, who is a big sharpshooter for their basketball team. Talk about the importance of this game, Joey, tonight.
As we got the chance to speak with Brett Tuzolo, the number he's looking at is that 10-10 500 mark to hopefully get a shot at the Division I state tournament. And the more wins that you can get at this point in the season makes it easier to know what needs to be done as you get later on into the year.
Yeah, Joey, and you talked about Tuzolo's 10-10 record. They are at a record of 2-6 now, so they're going to have to pick it up. It's going to be big for Coach Parker and his men to come out and win this game. It's going to be an aggressive one. It's going to be a chippy one. These teams don't like each other. We're going to take you out to center court for the announcement of the starting lineups. We'll see you right after the break.
Where's their? I don't have the remote.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Woburn High School for tonight's Middlesex matchup between Watertown High and your Woburn Tanners. Introducing tonight's starting lineup for Watertown. Number 11, Isaiah Etienne. Number 10, Captain Robert Iannetta. Number 5, Captain David Carapetier. Number 4, Captain Riley Donlin. And number 3, Captain Benjamin Coleman. And now the starting lineup for the Tanners. Number 3, Michael Sullivan. Number 44, Dominic Caparella. Number 12, J.J. Merlane. Number 34, Captain Brett Tuzolo. And number 2, Captain Liam Dillon. Would everyone please rise and remove your caps for our national anthem performed by Woburn basketball parent Jim Caparella. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back here inside the Woburn Public Media Center. A good rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. And we're set for Tanners basketball. The typical starting lineup for the Tanners tonight: Liam Dillon, Mikey Sullivan, Brett Tuzolo, Dominic Caffarella, and Jalen Merlane. For the Watertown Red Raiders, Benjamin Coleman, their star guard shooter. He is a senior. Riley Donlin, who is another captain. He's a forward. David Karapetayan, he is a guard and he is also a captain. And Robert Ionetta will round that group out at captain. So let's get ready, Joey. Caffarella with the tip. Take it away.
Here we go. Ready to get going. Tanners looking to get their third win of the season. The tip is taken in by Watertown. And out across the timeline, ball now being guarded by J.J. Merlane. There'll be a swing towards the paint, no good. Rebound goes to Tuzolo. Sullivan will bring it up for the first time and drop it right off to Dillon, who drives inside, floats it up. No good, battled for, and taken back in by Sullivan. Now inside to Dillon, who drives in, puts it up off the glass, no good. Third chance is put in, and it's a layup by Caffarella.
Caffarella's been really strong this season on the boards. Every single time a ball comes off the rim, he's there to pick it up. Caffarella has made huge strides this season as a center for this team.
Inside the paint, that layup will go up and in.
Quick answer by the Red
Watertown
Raiders.
basket number 10.
Press is something that the Tanners struggled with in the blown lead against Lexington a week ago, and they get it past half court this time, but a whistle's blown for a foul going against Ionetta.
Isaiah Etienne is the fifth starter that we did not mention before the game.
Inside to Tuzolo, who's wide open on a nice cut, and his layup's good.
Well-designed play there. Tuzolo with a little bit of a curl route from Tuzolo, and a good pass there by Dillon to get it to him.
Karapetian gets it back. He'll take a three off the rim, no good. Rebounded off the tip from Caffarella.
Second rebound from Caffarella there, as we mentioned.
Dillon with the drive. It's back out to Sullivan now towards the Tanner logo. Merlane will take it at the top of the key with the ball above his head. Inside to Tuzolo, but a tip will get it back going towards the Red Raiders.
Now you can see what Sullivan was trying to do there to get it to Tuzolo. Just a little bit of a difficult ball to catch there, and it's going to be the first turnover for the Woburn Tanners.
Foul called. Or a jump.
Benjamin, first look at Benjamin Coleman tonight as he drives to the hoop there.
To the corner it goes. Another drive back out to the wing, deflected, and taken in by Karapetyan. Now back out to the wing. He sets the screen now. Looking to drive on Sullivan. It's denied inside of the post. Nice move there, up and in for the third and fourth points for the Red Raiders.
Very impressive spin move there from number 11, Isaiah Etchen. He's the only non-senior captain in that starting lineup, so there must be something special about him.
Tanners get by the press once again, but another whistle is blown.
Now, I forgot to mention in the pregame, but this Watertown Red Raiders team was a state finalist in the Division III MIAA tournament last season, so they are no joke. Whether their record be 3-3 or 0-6, they still have some fight in them.
That last whistle was the second foul on Ionetta here early in the first quarter. With 5:19 to go, as Dylan drives, kicks it back out to the wing for Merlane. It swings back from Sullivan to Dylan. A little congested at the top of the key, but now it finds Caffarella open, who unfortunately misses the mid-range jumper.
I think that's just out of Caffarella.
A deep three goes off the rim and no good. Another early rebound for Dom.
3 rebounds already from Caffarella.
Sullivan finds Caffarella. Looking for a pass, he finds JJ Merlane, who gets it up and in with the left.
Now, we've been talking about Caffarella for the first 3.5 minutes or so in this game. And not only with his rebounding, his passing is very solid as a big man. And Dylan will get the rebound this time.
The float was no good there by Coleman. Dylan slowly trying to set up a play. It finds Sullivan on the wing. Back to Dylan inside to Dom, who we've been talking about. The double team forces up a bad shot there, and it'll go out of bounds off of Tuzolo, and Watertown will take over.
I know it's early, Joey, and really early indeed, but the Tanners look like they're sharing the ball much better to start out this game, and that can be very important if they want to come away with a win at this big game. Blown past there by the Red Raiders, and the Tanners will retain possession. Not sure what Watertown was doing there.
Coleman gave it up early, back out to the wing, and the pass back was over the head of the teammate and out of bounds. Dylan drives into a double team. The ball's loose and taken in by Caffarella. Hard drive by JJ Merlane is no good. The layup is no good.
Hard drive indeed by Merlane. It looked like he wanted to dunk it there. He's driving to the hoop with such venom.
3:42 to go. The Woburn Tanners up 6-4 here early in the first quarter.
Watertown testing the Woburn defense. A lot of cuts, but the Woburn defense isn't falling asleep just yet.
Karapetyan with the dribble handoff to Ionetta. And drive inside. The layup's blocked by Caffarella, who's been a force on the defensive end so far for the Tanners. Dylan slowly taking it across half court. Over to the wing, looking for Merlane, who's gotten a few early touches here. The double team gets away from Tuzolo. Dylan finds an open three, and he knocks it down.
What a shot by Dylan there. We talked about that Lexington game in the first half. He was one of those guys making a ton of threes, and the coach for Watertown, Steve Harrington, is going to call a timeout there as the Tanners have a statement start. 3 by Dylan, a basket by Caffarella, a basket by Tuzolo. They're looking good to start out. What do you think, Joey?
The Tanners definitely did have all the momentum as we stand with 2:56 to go here in the first quarter. And I agree with the call there by head coach Stephen Harrington to rail his guys back in and figure out what needs to change on the defensive end.
Now it's getting to a point, Joey, five and some change minutes into this game, where you're going to have to talk about subs. Nick DeFelice played a ton in that thriller against Lexington. It looks like he's going to come into the game. Thomas O'Brien is a force on the defensive end. I feel like Coach Parker wants to enforce that defensive ability as O'Brien and DeFelice come into the game. And Jacoby Altman, his first full varsity game, so let's see if he gets some action, along with guys like Matt Cavino and Evan Clarko. who are very good options off the bench as well as we go back to action.
Across half court goes Coleman with the basketball, fakes a three over to Karapetyan, who gets it back out to the wing. The drive on DeFelice, the layup rolls around, no good. Offensive rebound, the second chance is there. DeFelice does indeed handle the ball, getting past the press to the corner to the three by Merlane. He's knocked down. No call. Offensive rebound on the layup is up and in.
No, Jay, you know what they say, balls don't lie. It looked like Merlane got fouled there, and Tuzlo fought.
Three on the other end by Coleman is knocked down. And the Tanners will come back with a timeout of their own off the made three by the Watertown Red Raiders as we stand 2:10 in the first quarter. Tanners up by a bucket, 11-9.
As we bring you back into the studio here, interesting timeout call there from the Tanners. They fought for that rebound after that Merlane three. Tuzlo put that in, but right on the other end, they concede a three there, and Coach Parker wants to go right back into the huddle. What do you think about that, Joe?
There wasn't much of a defensive set there happening on the given up three by Benjamin Coleman. And in return, I think when the Red Raiders get it across half court, Randy Parker wants his guys to know where they should be on the floor.
Oh, I totally agree, Joey. Randy Parker is a coach with very meticulous game plans, and you can see that with the way he called that timeout there. He didn't like something he saw. He called the timeout right away. He wants his guys to be in the best position possible to win and to succeed, and that's what you saw, and that's why Coach Parker has been such a great coach for this program so far.
DeFelice across to Dylan, who's double teamed immediately into the corner for Tuzlo. That three's off the mark, but a foul is called.
Foul called on Dylan making that pass to Tuzlo. Dylan dribbled past about three guys to get it across the timeline there. Impressive from Dylan and DeFelice earlier.
The side out of bounds will be brought in by sophomore Thomas O'Brien, who breaks the set play with his hand on the ball. DeFelice walks it across. Another double team as soon as the Tanners get across half court. Merlane is found open. He tried to get it into Tuzlo in the post, but it's stolen away.
Great job by the Tanners to swing the ball around, but Merlane with a little bit of a force of a pass there. He wanted to send
Another double team outside to the top of the key for the three, and it's knocked down.
There's that guy, Benjamin Coleman. We've known he's that sharpshooter. See if the Tanners defense can overcome these 2 threes. There's another turnover happens there.
They have both of those turnovers now have come on the immediate double team as soon as the Tanners cross half court. Double team inside in the post, but the layup is good no matter to the defense. And just like that, Watertown finds themselves up by 3, 14-11.
Coleman creating that from Etienne there. As we go down the other end, 3 subs looking to come in for Woburn. Sullivan back into the game, Caffarella back into the game, and they're going to bring in Evan Kowalko.
Nice, strong move inside by Merlane. Layup doesn't go, and we've got a trouble as Thomas O'Brien hits the floor.
It's going to be a big minute for the Tanners here to end the quarter. You don't want to start the quarter so well and don't finish with at least a tie game.
I'd like to take a moment to look at the foul trouble for number 10, Robert Ionetta, who's already got 3 here in the first quarter, as the floater is off the rim and no good. Back outside to Coleman, who drives in with the scoop layup, and that one's good.
Coleman just saw Caffarella there, and he said no problem. Coleman's just dominating this Tanners defense so far in this game.
Less than 30 to go now with the Tanners having the ball on the wing. It's Sullivan who finds O'Brien wide open in the mid-range, but the ball tipped on the pass and stolen away. Going back now on the fast break is Coleman, and the ball's lost out of bounds. And with 14.8 seconds left and the Tanners down 5, they will get the ball back.
Coleman doing excellent job pushing the break there. Found Karapetian, who just couldn't handle the ball. And let's see if the Tanners can get just one shot. Keep it to one shot here with 7 seconds left.
Into the wing, it finds Dylan, who was open for a second, doesn't take the shot. Inside to Tuzolo, that one's no good. Let's see if the basket counts. It will. Caffarella hits the layup at the buzzer off of the second chance. 16-13 in favor of the Watertown Red Raiders after the first 8 minutes here. Zeke, what are your thoughts?
Those last 3 minutes of the quarter, the Tanners did not play well. We're not playing well defensively. Basically, just after that Watertown timeout, Coach Parker called the timeout in the middle of that chaos, kind of. And at the end, they got lucky with that little tip back by Caffarella. But the intent is there. The wanting for this game is there. Sullivan and Caffarella have both been great. Let's just see if everyone else can get there. Liam Dillon hit a 3, Tuzlo with a few good cuts. So let's see if everyone else can sustain that skill and be consistent throughout this basketball game as they struggle to be last game against Lexington.
Another aspect I'd like to point out is the variety in ball handlers the Tanners have had, with Sullivan, DeFelice, and Dillon all getting the chance to handle the ball across half court. However, it has been noticeable the difficulties that DeFelice has had off of the immediate double team across half court. Sullivan gets it in to Kolodko, who gets it back to Sullivan. Now Tuzolo finds himself in a double team in the corner. Kolodko trying to get it to the corner. That one's deflected and stolen away by the Red Raiders. Back outside now, Karapetian. It's a deep 3 off the front of the rim. Coleman with a heat check type of shot there. That one just short.
Joey, we talked about the Achilles heel of this team, and that would be their being able to handle the ball and being consistent without turnovers. What a pass there from Tuzlo. And if I had to guess, I'd say 5 of them would be in those last 3 minutes there.
Into the post it goes now. Back outside for Ionetta, who gets it back to Karpetian. Inside on his one pivot foot. And taken away by the Tanners. Sullivan will take it across half court. The double team goes on Dillon, and it's another turnover. Inside it goes on a spin. Tuzolo was there on the defense. Scramble for it in the paint and taken in by the Tanners.
Caffarella again with the fight there in the paint.
The double team on the wing again causes the Tanners to lose the ball again in the corner for a 3 this time. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound is fought for and up and in.
And it looks like the Tanners are going to make 3 subs into this game. It looks like with those 7 turnovers so far this game, they're going to make some ball handling changes. Nick DeFelice, the sophomore, is going to come in. Jacoby Altman, the sophomore, is going to come in. And junior JJ Merlane back into the game here. We talked about those young guys, Nick DeFelice and Jacoby Altman, both swings, but they're going to see some action in this first half of this matchup.
First free throw for Watertown again. Both from the line are good, extending the Watertown lead to 3.
Altman 22, DeFelice 11.
The inbound pass will go to Tuzolo. Back to DeFelice, who will get another chance. Let's see how he handles the double team on this one. He finds Tuzolo just before the wing, who then gets a double team of his own. Back out towards the free throw line, fighting for it, and we got a jump ball. The possession arrow pointing the way of the Red Raiders.
There's been a few of those in this game, Joey, where the Tanners just have that pass right there, and they just miss it at the last second. The Red Raiders seem to be getting to every ball before the Tanners right now.
Karapetyan guarded by Merlane, and it's a jumper on the elbow, which is rebounded nicely and taken up and in by the Red Raiders to extend their lead to 5.
Looks like that's number 2, Johnny Kakish. Kakish looks like to be the first off the bench, and he is also a senior. So the Red Raiders playing seven different seniors tonight, or 6 different seniors tonight.
DeFelice setting up the play as Tuzolo will come towards the ball, looking to set a screen. Here comes the double team on DeFelice. The ball will go back court as the pressure once again getting to the sophomore Nick DeFelice on the double team on the wing.
DeFelice will come out of the game, and junior Matt Cavino will see some of his first action in this matchup.
Karapetyan has control of it in the corner, looking to set up a play. The screen comes from Kakic. It's a drive on the wing inside. Oh, an acrobatic layup, but it's waved off due to a travel. That
would be a traveling violation. You could take away all those acrobatics, and he took 3 steps. So.
The basket didn't fall either way, so it wouldn't matter as Altman gets his first chance here to handle the ball. Back to him now at the top of the key, guarded by Kakic. And the bounce pass will go to Tuzolo, who finds yet another double team. Nice pass inside for Merlane, who goes up strong. It's no good. And rebounded by number 4, Riley Dolan.
Strong indeed, Joe.
Another tough layup opportunity there for the Red Raiders. A whistle was blown.
Good combination block there by Altman and Tuzolo.
The inbound underneath the basket will go to Kakic. He'll shoot a corner 3. Off the rim, no good. Battled for by Cavino, but it ends up in the hands of the Red Raiders. It's a floater just past the free throw line. Still battled for, and finally a whistle was blown.
Joey, I know commentators use this analogy a lot, but it's like pinball out there. The ball is just smacking against players' chests and going back and forth and back and forth. But luckily the Tanners end up with it at the end. It looks like Altman's going to be the primary ball handler here.
The inbound pass will come from Cavino. Cavino now driving it across half court. Out to the corner. Merlane lost control of it, and it'll go back to Watertown. 4:21 remaining to go. Watertown find themselves up by a score of 20-15. Coleman back in the game now, will being closely guarded across half court by Altman. He drives by, floats it up. Shot was no good, but another whistle.
Coleman very aggressive wherever he is, whether he has the ball or he doesn't. Just a very impressive player. And Altman's going to have a challenge.
Inside the post, a nice play off the inbound.
Altman known as a very good defender though.
Jacoby Altman now getting the chance to take it off. Take it across half court the first time he faces that double team. O'Brien now seeing the double team. Back out to the corner. It's Cavino who gets it to the opposite wing on a cross-court pass. Tuzolo finds himself open top of the key 3. Rattling around, no good. All the way around the rim, but no dice for Tuzolo.
Great ball movement there by the Tanners, finding the open man.
Coleman on the drive, another whistle. Seven-point deficit for the Tanners with 3:34 to go as Dom Caffarella checks back in. Karapetyan, 3, got it! That'll extend the lead to double digits for the Red Raiders on a wide open 3 off the set inbound play. The same double team the Red Raiders have been sending all night. Tuzolo forced into another jump ball. Possession once again going the way of Watertown.
Joe Dowdy going to see his first action of the game as Coach Parker's going very deep into his bench.
Almost almost, if not all of the guards on the Woburn roster have seen time up to this point. Inside or out to the wing now, the ball goes to Karapetyan. Back to him. Out to the wing now for Coleman, who's driving in once again. Oh, a nice pass there, but the layup is no good. Still a battle, and out of bounds, Woburn ball.
You know, Joe, you mentioned all the guards I've seen. There's only one guard we haven't seen tonight. Let's see if we can get some Mikey Mo action getting later in this game.
Dowdy loses the ball out of bounds, and yet another turnover, which has been a struggle all year long for the Tanners. And it reigns supreme once again tonight. Coleman, who we've seen handle the ball mostly for Watertown. Floater's good. All of the defenders converge, but he shoots over all of them. And a nice floater there. Dowdy back to Cavino. Cavino was looking for Dowdy, but it gets deflected, and yet another turnover. The drive by Coleman, no. Offensive rebound, the floater, no. Caffarella was the man in there, and a foul will go against Watertown, meaning the Tanners will take possession.
Dowdy and Cavino will come out of this game, and looks like Tuzlo will come back into this game.
Inbound will go to Altman, who finds himself backed away in a corner. Getting away from it now, floats it over to Tuzlo. Inside, cut to Kolodko, who makes the layup in midair without touching the ground. He puts it up off the glass, and it's in.
Just a good design play there.
Tanners still find themselves down 10. A pump fake three. Karapetyan was open, decides not to take it, passes it up. Kakish makes the three on the opposite wing. 1:40 to go in Watertown with 30 points early.
5-second violation on the Tanners there, as they relied on Altman just to get open one-on-one. It didn't work. You need to have two guys there.
Watertown now will get another opportunity to run a play underneath their own basket. This one will go to the corner. Another three. That one's off the mark. Caffarella can't find it. Now it's back out to the wing, and a floater's good.
Not looking pretty in this first half so far for Woburn. They will call a timeout. Coach Parker is not happy at the end of this first half. Joey, what do you see in this game so far where you can see spots where Woburn can get better and get back into this game?
I feel like there's a lot of things that the Tanners can do better, because not a lot seems to be going the way of the Tanners right now. The two major things I can see is the miscommunication on defense and getting past the press on the offensive end, because as we've seen throughout the entirety of this first half, as soon as the ball reaches across half court, you see two Watertown defenders converging towards the ball, making the ball handler think of what their next pass is going to be.
Oh yeah, Joey, I totally agree. And the double team of Watertown on our guards has just been stellar throughout this first half. And if the Tanners want to get back into this game, they need to limit the turnovers. These turnovers have been insane, as we see a Watertown player creeping into the Woburn huddle. That looks like to be Johnny Cassish there. I don't know what he thought he was doing there. Hopefully Coach Parker didn't say any information that Cash could use against him.
Cash is looking to match up with Dylan to make the inbound more difficult. However, it does get to Dylan, and he goes across the timeline now. Looking for another cut, it's Kolodko, who gets it back out to Dylan as his shot wasn't there. The float from Dylan's no good. And a foul will go against Dylan. Wasn't happy with the call there, but
probably the right call, and if not the right call, then it would be a kick ball anyway, and Watertown would retain possession.
Coleman, who's been a star thus far for the Red Raiders, handling the ball with his team up 32-17. He floats it up again. That one's nothing but nylon. That one will double up the Tanners, 34-17. Inside cut for O'Brien. He's found himself wide open. Great spatial awareness there from Thomas to find the open layup. Now back out to the wing for Coleman, who gets another opportunity to drive. Floats it up, no good. Rebounded by junior Evan Kolodko. Dealing now with the double team, as we've seen all night. Inside to O'Brien, who floats it up. No good. Missed the rim. Coleman slowly taking it across the timeline with less than 10 to go now. It's Kakic in the corner. Off the mark. Kalancho. 3-2. Ball is loose and taken in.
And we will go into the end of the first half, and we will go into halftime with a score of 34 to the Watertown Red Raiders and 19 to the Woburn Tanners. We will be back in about 2 or 3 minutes for This Week in Tanner Sports.
WPMC Studios for This Week in Tanner Sports Halftime Edition. We'll start off with each of the hockey teams here that represent Woburn. It's been a tough little stretch of games for the boys as they've managed to play the #1 team in the state twice in the span of 3 games, facing off against the Arlington Spy Ponders and the Reading Rockets. The boys' record stands at the moment at 4-3.
And Joey, those teams that they're playing, Arlington, Reading, Belmont, those teams are some pretty juggernauts in the Middlesex League and in the state as a whole. So tough schedule for the boys hockey team, but I'm sure they'll recover as they're a great team overall. And going to girls basketball, they have just been consistent. They have dominated in every which way. They dominated last week on our edition last Tuesday night, and they dominated Friday night in that doubleheader, and were destroying them at halftime. Obviously, we weren't on the call. I looked at the score at halftime, and it was, wow. That's just a reaction to anyone watching that girls basketball team. Gymnastics has a meet tomorrow, so that's the start of their season. Important program for them, led by Captain Kiara Napuri. And we'll go on to girls hockey. Joey?
Girls hockey also facing off against Arlington and Reading took a pair of 4-1 losses, which obviously isn't what the team wants to see, but knowing the talent that they have, we all know that they can bounce back at any point. In other WPMC news, you can catch the wrestling team and their upcoming meet tomorrow as well.
Yeah, Joey, and Captain Joe Mahan there, and Captain Joe Mahan's spring team, the track team. The indoor track team, the boys dropped another one, 0-4, but the girls absolutely dominated Belmont, 4-0. So both those teams going in opposite directions, but the boys team is looking to pick up their first victory in about 2 weeks against the Arlington Spy Ponders out there at the Track and New Balance in Boston. And the Northeast Invitational this Sunday, there will be a mixed relay. Belliani, Altman, Finn, and Bubak will be running in that, along with Belliani and Altman in the 800, and a bunch of names, Matos, Laboya, all in the 200. So it would be an interesting meet there. So we'll be back in about 2 minutes for second half action. Thank you for watching This Week in Tanner Sports.
Clear the floor, unless you are a player. Clear the floor. All right, folks, let's get those 50-50 raffle tickets out. It's time to announce our winning ticket number, which is 239503.
Welcome back for second half action between the Woburn Tanners and the Watertown Red Raiders. The score currently stands Watertown 34, Woburn 19. Zeke, what do you think needs to change for the Tanners here in this second half if they want to come out with a win?
They got to be more patient in possession by forcing shots, but also be more urgent in possession. Patience and urgency. The urgency comes with not turning over the ball, being aware of your surroundings, and being able to move that ball quickly, but not having to force a shot when they think they have one. Find their best shot and keep doing that consistently, and they can get back into this basketball game. They're a talented group, and they have the talent for sure to get back in this game.
So far, the Tanners have struggled with the half-court trap off of getting it across half-court. Let's see if the Red Raiders come with it again. Maybe not, as the ball gets into Merlane on the wing, who drives in on a nice play there. Using the strength to his advantage, puts it in up off the glass.
More of that, Joey. Merlane is just so strong, as we saw during the football season.
Coleman, Ionetta with the spin, with the left-hand layup scoop.
Ionetta, Coleman, all of these players, they know how to get it done around the basket.
Sullivan dribble handoff back to Dylan. Now the ball finds Tuzolo. Karapetyan with the tough defense on the ball handler. It's inside and stolen. And the pass out ahead. And the layup's no good. Second chance also no good. And taken in by Tuzolo. Sullivan looking to slow it down and get the Tanners into a groove here early in the third quarter.
Sullivan and Dillon, the two ball handlers. There's a lot of mix and matching there.
Tuzolo with a nice post move and puts the layup in off the glass. Every man on the bench up and clapping to get it started here early for the Tanners.
Need that, Joey. Energy.
Coleman with a three on the wing, no good. Battle for the rebound, Caffarella's got it.
Starts with the star player, starts with the captains, Dillon, Tuzolo, and it also comes down to the bench. Do you want to win this game? And if you want to win this game, you got to show energy.
Good pass back into the post it goes. The ball finds Tuzolo. Another double team on Tuzolo. Dillon was open for a second and neglects the three-point opportunity. Now it finds back into the post for Tuzolo, and the three from Dillon's off the rim, no good. Caffarella had an opportunity there for the rebound, but no dice there. The drive by Kakish is as he's fouled.
So they're going to start Kakish there, and it looks like
it'll be an under
Donlin
the basket inbound.
Looks like Donlin will start off the bench.
Coleman almost lost it there on the defense by Merlane, but it gets back out to the wing. Dillon looking to guard Coleman with intensity. Whistles blown, however. Merlane took a look at the ref, and the foul will go on Dillon. That's his third.
This Watertown team looks like a tight-knit group. Every time someone falls to the floor, their teammates are right there to get them up, and that comes with the camaraderie.
Coleman with a deep three way behind the line. That one missed the rim, and it'll go carrying to the Tanners.
And we came into this game knowing Coleman was a sharpshooter, and that's one of the shots he thinks he can make. Let's see if he can make it down the stretch here. Hopefully not.
Tuzolo to Sullivan on the wing, back to Dillon. They want to look for Tuzolo in the post here early, but the double team has come each time. And a nice block there. A huge rejection.
Foul called there on Kakish. Blocked Dillon's shot there, but came with a lot of contact on the body, so Dillon will be at the line for two.
Must have got a piece of the arm on the floater, as the front end of the two shots is no good. Free throws so far this season have also been a struggle for the Tanners.
For sure, Joey. As Dillon knocks that one down, they got all those extra points they can get at the free throw line. They need to convert.
Into the corner for Kakish. He lost it in between his legs, and the Tanners will get a free possession on a mishandle.
Dillon caused a lot of mishap with that pass, and when it ended up in Kakish's hands, that wasn't working well for him.
Here comes the pressure from Kakis, but Dillon avoids it. It's a layup by Tuzolo. His both chances no good. Back the other way now goes Iannetta. That pass is deflected into the corner. Three is open and it's hit.
And a missed layup converts to a big three on the other end. Missing easy shots can hurt this Tanner's team on the defensive end with a lapse there, as Captain Liam Dillon wasn't so happy as he gets rejected there, and Watertown are going the other way. A floater.
Coleman with that floater, as you said, Zeke. On the wing, jab step, almost was looking for a spin with Karapetyan. No good, back out to Coleman, the deep three, way on the arc, and that one is an unbelievable, almost a Stephen Curry range three there from Benjamin Coleman. JJ Merlane was there to defend, but it didn't mean much. Back into the corner now, the three is good! A huge shot there from Liam Dillon to answer the three from Coleman, and that'll be a timeout on the floor.
Joey took those words right out of my mouth. We talked about Coleman and those step back, James Harden kind of threes, or should I say Stephen Curry kind of threes, as you said. But Coleman can do that, and you let him have the confidence to do that. Shooters use confidence and build off of that. So you can't let Coleman get into those positions and be able to hit shots like that, because it's going to be contagious throughout the team, as he is a senior captain. Although Liam Dillon, senior captain, answers right on the other end.
That last three that was guarded by Merlane, I feel like that's almost the outlier, as most of the deep threes that Coleman has taken have been relatively open on lapses in the defense. But Merlane on that last one was there with some hard defense. He even got a hand up to try and get a piece of the shot, but it still went down.
And some more stats on Coleman. He's 17 points this game. He's been easily the top scorer in this basketball game. And he's 3 3-pointers as DeFelice and Colate come into the game.
The drive into the corner, it goes now into the post. Opposite corner pass is off the mark and out of bounds.
And if you're the Tanners right now, you just want to keep chipping away there. As 4 points, forced a few turnovers, got to stay away from their own, turnover to their own, got to hit their free throws. The little things that are going to get them back into this game.
Tuzolo with control of the ball over to DeFelice at the top of the key. Back to Brett. DeFelice driving three, men converge. The layup from Kolodko is no good. His second chance also off the mark, and now Coleman trying to break away with speed. He spins away from Kolodko, trying to get through the whole team. Karapetyan, no! Rebounded Kolodko and over to DeFelice with some open space.
You know, Kolodko missed those free throws, but I don't want to not give credit to Nick DeFelice on that pass. Dribbled into the lane, made a nice pass as Nick DeFelice handles the ball here again.
Looking for Kolodko again. This time Kolodko finds an open Brett Tuzolo from distance. Off the mark.
And Etienne there took it right out of Caffarello's hands. He is a strong beast in the paint.
A fake drive by Iannetta. Now the ball finds Coleman again, guarded by Sullivan. Sullivan trying to deny the drive. The floater is no good. 2:25 to go with Watertown up 42-27, with the Tanners just trying to hang around.
O'Brien about to check back into this basketball game. Another turnover there from the Tanners.
Quickly having to transition back into defense. Ball's deflected and taken away by Tuzolo. DeFelice now across half court. On the wing for Kolodko, whose pass is tipped, and it's going to be a wide open layup for Kakish on yet another turnover by the Tanners.
17-point game here. About 1:45 left.
DeFelice almost turned it over once again. This time inside to Caffarella. The pass was a nice one there to Tuzolo, and a great find there by Big Dom.
Big Dom, great passer, as we see again.
inside. The shot's no good. DeFelice will dribble it over the timeline, guarded closely by Kakish into the corner. The three off the mark, no good. Dom in for the rebound, but he is fouled. And he'll go to the line.
Good fight there again from Caffarella. He continues to do that throughout this basketball game. That's just part of his game.
First one from Caffarella. Good. Both good from the line for Dom, and Tanners are back within 13.
Altman will check back into this basketball game.
The Tanners looked like they were thinking about pressing off the inbound, but Altman backpedals off. This is a fight for the ball. Tuzolo stripped it away, but a whistle. Tuzolo not happy with the... Oh, it looks like Watertown actually got a timeout off there before.
Yeah, and it looks like Watertown just want to see Woburn getting back into this game, see Woburn taking the ball away from them. Just want to stop that, calm their players down, as the lead is 17. The lead is 13. My apologies, and they just want to take their time, calm it down, and stick to what they were doing. And take me inside Randy Parker's huddle here. As what's his game plan?
The offense here has definitely improved, but I think the intensity on defense has to turn up a notch. You saw the last double team come from Tuzo, where he was able to knock the ball away, and I think the more you can make the Watertown Red Raiders think about their every move is how you sneak back into this ball game.
The lineup for the Tanners will be O'Brien, Kolodko, Altman, Sullivan, and Tuzolo here.
The layup is good off the spin away from O'Brien.
Good spin move there by Donlin as he checks back into this ball game.
Altman's got a good opportunity here to handle the ball for the Tanners. Inside to O'Brien comes the pass from Kolodko, who's quickly double teamed. Floats it back towards O'Brien to Sullivan. That pass is deflected and out of bounds, meaning the Tanners will keep possession.
You think the Tanners player is wide open in the corner for a three, but when the Tanners try to make that pass, there's always a Watertown player ready.
Always ready to get a hand in that passing lane as the inbound goes all the way back towards Sullivan. Back to Dom, who finds an open Altman, whose three looked to be deflected. And the Red Raiders will kick it across half court as it's Coleman who's been handling the ball all night for Watertown.
Like we said, Watertown quick to every basketball here.
Ionetta with a pass back to Coleman, who drives to the corner for a corner three at the buzzer. That one's off the mark. And as we go into the final 8 minutes, we have a score of Watertown 46, Woburn 31. Tanners a 15-point deficit to attack.
And Joey, they can totally attack it. Judging by that last 4 minutes of that quarter, 100% they can attack it. 46-31, 15 points. It'll be tough to score 15, 20 points in that quarter, but their defense just has to be perfect if they want to get back into this basketball team. The basketball game, their defense has to be the vocal point of this comeback if it's going to happen.
It's times like these where I wonder how much of a difference Anthony Travers would make in a game like this, who unfortunately I don't believe will be playing this season, as he suffered an ACL injury at the beginning of the football preseason.
You know, Joey, you make a amazing point there. You could say the same for the football team when you needed that tough, hard-nosed guys, that guy with energy, that grit, the strength. Times like those when the football team needed Travers, and times like now when the basketball team needs that energy with who's gonna step up, who's gonna take that role and be that vocal point, that energy. And it looks like the Tanners will bring the same 5 that they had out before.
Altman with nice energy off the inbound, but it gets to Coleman, who is now back to Ionetta with the ball above his head. He gets it back to the wing on the drive. The layup is no good. Hard chance there, and it's taken away on the rebound by the Tanners. And Altman taking it across half court. The double team comes. He finds an open man and another open man. It's Kuzalo who is wide open on the post.
Sullivan, that pass had to be perfect by Sullivan there, and he just threads the needle there to Kuzalo.
Gets it back down to 13 as Ionetta drives on Altman. It's off the glass, no good, but a whistle's blown.
Foul there by Caffarella, and Ionetta just got past Altman as Caffarella came for help and hacked there.
Shooting from Watertown is 10.
Ionetta's first from the line is good. 7:18 to go in the game with the Watertown Red Raiders up 47-33, pending his second free throw, which is also good. Inbound pass goes to Altman, who will call out the play just as he crosses half court. Caffarella back to Altman, swinging it to the corner. Back to the wing. This one's deflected. Trying to save it was Watertown, and they do. Kuzalo was going for the tie-up, but instead he commits a foul.
And I have to get another good look at this Watertown defense, but it looks like they're moving into a zone to end this basketball game. And it looks like they'll go with that the rest of the ball game. So let's see how Coach Parker adjusts to that.
Sullivan and Altman come on the press. It's deflected, but then it finds Ionetta, who is being closely guarded by Altman. Coleman gets the ball stolen away. Off the break go the Tanners. We've got a jump ball on the other end, and the possession will stay in favor of the Tanners.
Great steal there by Sullivan to get the basketball.
Kuzalo looking for the open man, has to go all the way back to Altman beyond half court. To the wing now, almost a double team. Caffarella looking for the open man, it was Kolodko. Into the corner now. Sullivan got his shot deflected. Inside for Caffarella, who also got his shot blocked. And that pass from Caffarella was deflected out of bounds off of a fellow Woburn teammate. And Watertown will take possession. Inside to Coleman, who's being closely guarded by Sullivan, but he gets past Mikey. And now it's inside, guarded by Caffarella. Now back out to the wing for Karapetyan, who gets it out to Kakesh. Driving in, now it's back out to the corner for a three. That one rattles in and out. Kolodko with a tough rebound, and he gets fouled on the attempt.
Impressive rebound there by Kolodko. Player right in front of him uses that jumping ability, gets the ball as Altman takes up the ball here.
Altman will wait a few seconds and then pick up the ball, savoring the time on the clock. Kolodko with a chance to shoot a three, way off the mark. Sullivan trying for a steal in front of the timeline. That one, however, will result in a foul.
The Tanners so desperate for the possession of the basketball here.
Only Sullivan's first of the game here with 5:37 to go. As Coleman over to Ionetta, who floats it to Donlin, who's driving in off the glass. It's good. The 49th and 50th points on that layup for the Watertown Red Raiders, which extends the lead back out to 17. And it's a bad pass by Altman, stolen quickly away, and it's a layup on the other end. Once again, turnovers turning into points for the Watertown Red Raiders.
You wonder where J.J. Merlane's been all this time. Haven't seen him in the game for a while.
Tuzolo going up with hard contact, no call. Now we got a jump ball.
Things getting a little chippy here.
Now Merlane's up on his feet. Merlane does find his way back here out on the floor with 4:52. And now we'll have a timeout on the floor.
As we said in the pregame, this game would get aggressive, would get chippy, and a little frustration coming out from the Tanners as they are down 19 points right now, and it's going to take a lot to get back into this basketball game. Joey?
A lot could even be considered an understatement in this point. But the resiliency of this team, you know, they're not going to give up until the clock hits triple zeros. Keep running the same offense they have been all night long. At points, it's been looking pretty good, but the defense has to step up its intensity in the final 4:52.
And Joey, they just gotta figure out their identity as a hard-working basketball team. They gotta work hard on defense, move the ball fast, get their open shots, and limit those turnovers on every single level. And this team can be where it wants to be, but not until that point.
I'm wondering now if Tuzolo got cut by the cord on the last play. He's now got a wrap on one of his legs. The inbound pass goes deep across half court. Coleman now with it over the Tanner logo.
That would be a traveling violation there.
Tanners will get another possession. Altman ready to receive the inbound. It'll be a roll to save the time on the clock just before it gets across half court. Altman takes possession. Caffarella finding an open Merlane. He's fouled. And he'll shoot 2 at the line.
As it is jersey right here in the Woburn High School gym.
I can see a Columbus Blue Jackets jersey from my view.
An Earl Thomas Ravens jersey. Interesting choice there.
As the first one from J.J. Merlane's no good.
Scottie Pippen jersey.
I believe that might be Rick Nash from the Columbus Blue Jackets jersey. As Merlane goes 1 for 2.
Feisty for that pass there by Sullivan, and Watertown will retain possession.
Merlane now adding himself onto the press with a 3-on-2, and now more. It's a set play as 2 wingers for the Watertown Red Raiders sprint as soon as the inbounder gets the ball. That layup was no good on that end, and now Altman taking it across. Inside pass is taken in after some battle by Caffarella, who gets it to Uzolo, who makes the contested layup. 36 points now for the Tanners. 4:07 to go. The screen just across half court now. Coleman with the pass inside the paint. It's stolen away by Tuzolo. With some fast pace now, here come the Tanners, and it's a huge rejection in the paint.
It's going to be a jump ball there, but Joe, I wonder if Sullivan got fouled there. I mean, 2 bodies were there waiting for him, and it looked like a lot of contact there. I don't know. As Woburn will retain possession off that jump ball.
Woburn will go with the stack off the inbound play. And it's a floater by Tuzolo. That one's no good. Taken in by Dom, who's double teamed immediately. He floats one up, no good. Rebound by Tuzolo, who's blocked but fouled.
There's that energy you want from this Tanner's front court between Caffarella and Tuzolo. Just trying to put one up there as Tuzolo got fouled on that last attempt.
52-36, 3:44 to go. Tuzolo's first from the line is good.
They're going to stick with Altman here as Captain Dylan sits on the bench down the stretch.
Second half, no good. Rebounded by Donlin. And now Ionetta will take it across half court.
As well as the Red Raiders will stick with Kakish.
Ionetta, the mid-range jumper at the free throw line, is off the mark. Altman avoiding the jumping Kakish. Ball is deflected and it'll stay in favor of the Tanners with 3:21 to go.
As Etienne sits on the bench for the Tanners here.
Merlane getting another chance to inbound here. Tuzolo was fouled off the inbound pass from Merlane, and he'll get yet another chance to shoot two at the free throw line. Going 1 of 2 on the last opportunity. First one goes down. 38 for the Tanners now with 3:20, as I said.
If he can make this, 13 points with 3:20 is realistic.
That one doesn't go, and it's rebounded by Donlin again.
Commentators jinx there.
Ionetta now getting a chance to handle the ball. Back to Donlin, who's closely guarded by Altman. Whistle blown. And a timeout taken by Watertown.
Some fierce defense being played there by the Tanners. They're yearning for this basketball as they need it if they want points. 14-point lead for Watertown, Joey. How is it going to be done? How can 14 points be overcome in 3 minutes and 4 seconds?
I think a major aspect on the offensive end, at least, is the ball movement to find the best possible shot on each and every possession that the Tanners come away with in the final 3:04. Because the defense has definitely improved in the last little bit of time to go off the clock here. As some fans get the opportunity to put some shots up during the timeout.
Looked like every girls team that the Woburn girls have played with those shots.
Donlin with a drive inside the paint, guarded by Caffarella. Hard layup, no good.
Bricks on bricks on bricks. Fans building a house out there. Anyways, let's hope Watertown can build a house out there if the Tanners can stay in this basketball game.
Caffarella committed a foul on that last defensive Donlin. He'll shoot 2. First one, no good.
Watertown noticed something about that Lexington game, Woburn, as they have prevented the 3 for the Tanners, as they're only 1 for 4 from the 3-point line, which is not very good, and they're not getting the volume that they wanted.
Tanners will downsize as Evan Kalanko checks back in, putting Tuzolo with the 5, and Caffarella will take a seat. Inside to Merlane, who gets the opening and makes the layup off the glass. To the corner now. It was Kakish.
The Red Raiders will take all the time they can here.
Ionetta Coleman floating it up like he's done all night. That one's off the rim and in. That floater, as soon as he gets into the paint, is something Coleman likes to go to. That's something he's comfortable with.
Coleman's tally will go up to 21 points tonight.
Altman. Sullivan looking for Altman again. Altman trying to save it. Tuzolo using some receiver skills to go up and get the ball. He's pivoting on that pivot foot with the double team. That pass will go off the rim. And Watertown will take possession.
Here comes O'Brien back into the game as Sullivan will take a seat.
3 in the backcourt for the Tanners. Now, Merlane retreats. And the drive back out to the wing. Ionetta thought about it. Didn't take it. Out to Coleman will shoot a 3. Off the mark. Offensive rebound, Ionetta. Back out towards the Tanner logo. 1:40 and counting to go. Ionetta closely guarded by Oatman, and it's a strip of the ball on Coleman, but he gets it back. And a whistle stops the clock here with 1:32 to go.
Watertown, throughout this game, have been getting to every basketball first, and that's the reason they have a 15-point lead in this basketball game.
Ionetta with an inbound pass into the paint. It's loose. Diving on the floor, and a jump ball will keep the possession going to Watertown.
They're actually going to call a push there on Oatman, as
that'll put Watertown in the 1-1 portion of the game, and the first one's good. Meaning Coleman will be awarded the second free throw.
Coleman continues to torch this Woburn offense as this Woburn defense, as this point tally moves to 22 points with this free throw to 23 points.
Tuzolo thought about a deep inbound, doesn't go for it. Altman now across half court with the double team, another quick double team on Tuzolo. That one stripped, but a foul will go against Case as he got up high on Altman there.
Knocked in the head there.
And with that, Altman will get an opportunity to shoot at the line, 1-1. First one is no good. The rebound will go to Watertown. 1:15 to go now. The drive and a foul. That one will go against.
O'Brien offers to pick the Watertown player up and help him up. Watertown player says no, these teams don't like each other, and Watertown looks to have won this bout.
With a 17-point lead and 1 minute and 9 seconds to go, and the opportunity to extend it even more. No rebounders there for Watertown, as that one's no good. O'Brien now will take it across half court.
Davis will come into this ball game.
Good to see him getting the opportunity to get some action. It'll go to Altman. Davis in the corner thought about shooting a 3, doesn't now. It goes inside to O'Brien, who's a scoop pass to Merlane. Merlane with the second chance, no good. Still a battle, and it ends up with Watertown in less than a minute to go now. They will slowly guard it. Ionetta had it against his hip, but now decides to pass it along. Back to Ionetta as the Red Raiders look to be wasting clock here. With 15 on the clock, it's a drive by Coleman. His floater's no good. Kowalko trying to go with some pace now towards the corner and the wing. A wide open Davis gets a layup. And some varsity points for the youngster, Caden Davis. That's nice to see. But all in all, it'll be a 15-point loss for the Tanners. A final score here tonight, 57-42. The Tanners continue some struggles that we've seen all season. Zeke, what are your thoughts on tonight's ball game?
Just a lot of the same, Joey, a lot of the same. Too many turnovers, not playing hard enough, it feels like. and the defense, it just has to get better. I mean, they knew about Coleman coming into this game, and Coleman just torched them. 23 points in this ball game, but it ends 57-42. We'll have to see Friday, a big game against Winchester, a doubleheader. So there will be no games that night, but it ends 57-42, a 15-point deficit and a 15-point loss for the Tanners on this Tuesday night. For me, Zeke Altman and Joey Matroni, thank you for watching on WPMC. We will see you next week.